kind of want to do this one. The flash is making it a little hard to see. Ooh. This is the Salt Lake Temple. Given to me Christmas 2011 from my parents. You can see this figure is tipping. So we're gonna repair this one. It didn't have any air bubbles, but we're gonna try and realign the figure and get it fixed today. Okay, Salt Lake Temple. This is not my favorite temple, but this is actually the temple where my parents were married, and both of my brothers were actually married in this temple as well. My husband and I, we were married in the St. George Temple, which I will show you in another video, maybe the next one. But this is one of my largest globes that's in my everyday collection. And after further inspection, it doesn't look like the base itself is tilted. It looks like the figure has detached from the stopper. So I don't know if I'll be able to repair this without an air bubble reappearing later on, but we're gonna just give it a shot and see what we can do. So, okay. Again, we will start with the heat-resistant gloves and trying to get the base off. Since this one is so large, largest one I've ever done, we're gonna see how easy it is to get this base off of it. So I am not sure. Oh, this is just so big. I don't want to break it. Ooh, that is coming off. We just really am trying to be careful not to break it. Be careful not to break it. Okay. It's always nerve-wracking trying to get the globe off because of the ones that I've broken. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of glue this is. But it's off. Yeah, and you can totally see that the figure is detaching from that base. So we're gonna need to pull it out, clean her up, and go from there. Yeah, I remember when I was asking for a snow globe of the St. George Temple, not the St. George Temple, the Salt Lake Temple, because I already had one from the St. George Temple. And the only one I could find of my favorite temple, which is St. George, was a smaller one. Oop. And I anticipated that when I put this snow globe of the Salt Lake Temple on my list, that I would be given or find one that it was the same size. Obviously, I said this is one of my largest globes, so it was not the same size, but I think that's okay because most of my life I have lived up here in the Salt Lake Valley, and woo, there is so much history. A little bit of water fell out. Yeah, see, that just did not stay whatsoever. So we're just gonna leave all the water in the globe, try and dry this off and re-glue it, and then just reattach it if I can. Might need to do a little bit of water, but hopefully there's a little bit of grime on it. I think I'll go clean it off and I will be right back. Okay, here we are again. I am just gonna try and glue this figure back on. The yellowing, I'm wondering if it's from the glue, because everywhere the glue is around the base looks a little bit yellow. And that makes sense if they had to glue the temple figure onto this base. And there's a little bit of yellowing on the brickwork there, but it shouldn't be a problem. I have been using just this Gorilla Glue Super Glue. I don't know if it's the best glue to use with snow globes. I have heard of a couple different brands that other people who do repairs have been using. I'm gonna try and get that, let that sink into the base a little. And I need some paper towels. Try not to ruin my towel, but one is called Zap-A-Gap, which I haven't been able to find or purchase yet, so I figured this Gorilla Glue has been my best glue for other projects, so I wanted to use it until I'm proven wrong on its effectiveness with snow globes. So this is, I'm trying to figure out the best, easiest way to hold this. I am dripping super glue onto my towel. Ay, ay, ay. What if I just, that might be the best way. Anyway, let's not glue the figure to the towel though. Okay. Okay, squish. Yeah. So like I said, this one was put on my list, my wish list for snow globes when I was trying to find ones from all the important times in my life. And that does include when my parents were married, because if they weren't together, I wouldn't be here. Man, this is just... This super glue is proving to be... I probably put way too much on there. I just didn't want to take a chance of not having enough. I'm just trying to get the excess glue off at this point, because that is the one thing about Gorilla Glue. One of the things I love about it, but also one of the things that's difficult when using it, is that it expands when it dries. But I love that because then it like gets into all the holes that I maybe didn't get a piece of glue into. So this is the first figure that is almost fully detached from the base that I've had to resecure. So this is the one that it's going to take the longest to actually dry and set with the glue. So I will be back as soon as it's done. Okay, that is mostly set. I can still see some wetness, but we are gonna continue with the rest of the repair. I am going to clean off the glue from this base. It doesn't seem like this is hot glue, but I could be wrong. The only other one, there's a couple ones that I have done that didn't seem like it was hot glue. See, and that was lovely. The only other one I've had glue come off that easily on was Paris. And that one, as you all know, has been a rather dramatic repair. So let's hope that that doesn't translate over. Knocking on wood. Okay. That's just a little bit of water that fell in there. Dry that off. I think I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit longer until it is completely dry. You can see there's still a little bit of wetness where we re-glued it. There's a little bit of red from the towel and some tissue bits that got stuck in the super glue, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I will let this continue to sit and we'll be back as soon as it is fully dry. Okay, finally feels pretty sturdy. I think we can start the reassembly now. Base is clean. I'm gonna keep this water, obviously. I didn't change it at all because it wasn't cloudy, and we're gonna go for it because I am nervous with this one. Maybe because it's just the largest one that I have done, or PTSD. I don't know. Okay. And gently. Oh, okay. Whew. Oh, come on. Woo! Okay. Whew. Okay. I don't think my basin is deep enough to do the submersion method, so we are going to do the syringe method to remove this air bubble. Ooh, don't move. And yes, we know a lot of air bubbles get pushed into the Snowglobe when we use the syringe because the pressure and everything else. Splash. Okay, obviously it already looks better. Okay, I'm gonna need to shake it up though, because that temple just has so many little spots where air bubbles can get stuck. We're just gonna shake it up and see if we can. See, already got some air bubble there. That is probably a really big key to getting no air bubbles, is shaking the globe. Still looks straight. Nice. Okay, keep shaking it a little bit more. Bubble. Woo. Okay. Itty bitty air bubble. Shake it again. Some more water. Okay. I don't know, like I said, if I'll be able to fully get this without an air bubble again, because almost all of my repairs end up with an air bubble eventually anyways. Should have just left that tiny little one alone. No substitutions, exchanges, or refunds. You can see there's a little bit, but I think I'm gonna seal it up anyways, because you very rarely will never ever not have a little bubble. And I'm okay with bubbles. The figurine is fixed, reattached to the stopper. Okie dokie. Okay. So again, this step was optional to super glue the base to the glass. I am hopeful that this will just fit nice and snug inside the base, and we'll go from there. I am happy to have this fully repaired. Like I said, I am not really worried about air bubble because almost all of my repairs end up with an air bubble. And I will say this about the temple. It is one of the places that in our religion we go to worship. It is more of a higher worship than just our every week sacrament meeting. We go and commune. We know that they are the houses of the Lord, and that we do work for our ancestors there and other people who have passed on there. And I am more than happy to help answer any questions anyone may have about the temple with respect to certain things that we consider sacred. So there was no really front part of this base, so we're just gonna reattach it the best way I know how. Looks like I need a little bit more glue. This is again one that has a little extra space around the glass, which I don't mind because, like I said, I have had ones that are so super snug that it's near impossible to reattach without breaking it. I'm looking at you, Paris. So try again. Snug. Snug as a bug in a rug. Nice. I can feel it kind of wiggling a little bit. So we will let the hot glue cool and then see if she's fully secured. I don't know if I'd want to take it off again. Yeah, we're not gonna take it off again. I think it'll dry and it'll be just fine. Okay, and here she is, all repaired and back together. You can see she's no longer tipping. That looks like a straight temple to me. Let's give her a gentle shake, because like I said, this is one of my bigger ones. So I try not to shake it without both hands. I think it looks great, perfect. And I'm gonna go put her back on her shelf. Okay, here we go. That one is just so heavy, so big. I normally use 2 hands for that one, but I love it.